So good morning and welcome back. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's already very, very warm, and something a little bit different today. So when we bought our beautiful house a little over 2 years ago now, a lot of questions from you have always been about this house here. Now there are various stories, but obviously, as you can see, it was never finished. It's a bit of an eyesore and it's starting to fall to bits. There are various problems with it, notably water going in through the roof. Yesterday, finally, I managed to get hold of the owner, who lives in Paris, and we spoke, a lovely lady, we spoke for about an hour, and I asked if I could have a look inside the house and what her intentions were with the house. So she said, yes, I can go inside, have a look around. So I'm going to go in there and I shall film this. I have a hard hat and a pair of gloves because there's broken glass, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm going to make things that are obviously going to fall off in the near future, like that bit of wood and some bits of glass, safe while I'm in there. And then we'll talk about if there's anything worth doing. The house itself is 3 stories. There was a house here. You can see a lot of this is still the old stone, hence the middle brick line, which is very common here. And there was an arch here. This has been extended and turned into a square opening where the road goes through. This side, this wall is my wall. That's her wall and that's her wall. And up at the top, I think we presumably have a shared wall. I'm not sure. The front is locked up, but apparently I can get in through the back. Now there is a little bit of a garden up here, and I'm just going to climb up here and we're going to go in somewhere here. On the back side of the house, the damage to the roof seems to be quite a lot more than on the front side of the house. Obviously the gutter's disappeared completely there and the brickwork is rotting away, but I just have to work out how to get in. They've cemented some concrete reinforcement around the windows. There's a lot of stinging nettles, so my ankles are already burning. Maybe I will go and have another look around the front, otherwise I'll get a ladder and climb up through here. Okay, well, ladder up from the garden, and I'm in to the loggia on the back. It's hard hats on from now on, because everything is falling to bits. Water's coming pretty much everywhere. That'll be wind water though. Not sure if this was supposed to be a terrace or there's supposed to be windows there. I'm assuming a terrace. It's yeah, well, you can see rusty concrete reinforcement, but probably recuperable. We're on the first floor. For Americans, I think the second floor, but for Europeans, the first floor. There are sockets, there's wiring. It's not wiring I would use, look at that, that's tiny. This might presumably water there, so this could have been a kitchen, maybe. Possibly a kitchen. It's a very nice ceiling height actually, it's very high in here. The floor sort of poured and then walked on. Here we have what I presume is a bedroom. Look at that view. I'm not going to step out on here. You can see the whole support is rusty, but the view is exceptional. In fact, we probably have a lovely view. Oh, look, there's our terrace. Yeah, that would be a lovely balcony, and this would be a lovely bedroom. So, yeah, unfortunately, none of the wiring can be kept. There have obviously been people who've broken in previously and written their names on the walls, but that seems to be about it. It doesn't seem to be damaged. Looks like some water's come in there. The most interesting part of this whole thing will be getting up on the roof. Here we have a middle room with that, and a big crack there. Out onto the balcony, so not too concerned about that crack, to be honest. Small but usable bedroom, I guess. And then we have another bedroom with, I don't know why there's a load of sand there, but there is. Again, a view, nice big open windows. Not too much cracking around the lintel. I don't know why the inner lintel, there's a bird's nest there. Why the inner lintel would be empty, but again, water having come in from the rain. This is now the front facade of the house. There's the quad, there's our house. And one last room here, which then must be a bathroom. So there's a pipe there and a flue there, but I can't see any arriving water, but that's obviously going down into the main drains, the village drains. So that's a start that it's there. Okay, so that is the first floor. Staircase up, staircase down. And I'm going to start by going up. Right, this takes us straight into the loft space here, and this is what I'm really here to look at. So that beam there is completely rotten. I'm going to have to turn on, I think, the camera light. It's got a ramp I can walk up here, it's crawling space. But I haven't seen how thick this is actually, because I'm not the lightest of people. I don't want to go through anything. Let me check from underneath first. Yeah, that's just a brick ceiling, so I will go up, but I'll walk up this wall here, just on this side, and that should support me. Take less risks than going through the middle. But I'm not going to do that with the phone in my hand, so I'll be right back. Well, here we are. That's a hole with water coming straight into there, unfortunately onto that beam. This, as I could see directly from underneath, is completely gone. The back side of the roof, which looked terrible from the garden, from inside doesn't look too bad. A few gaps. Over there are some bigger problems. I think all of the lats on that corner have kind of given up and gone home. And over, which is the bit that worried me the most, towards our house, you see there's a little big hole there, and the capping is moved, it's shifted. So nothing here is, you can see it on the floor, nothing here is very watertight. Yeah, it's quite a big project, but I think some of it is recuperable. Let me turn the light on. There we go, that's better. So now we're over towards my house, and you can see that's broken, that's broken. So it's starting to sink in. And the bottom row of tiles have shifted down. It's incredibly hot up here, even though it's early in the morning. See holes like that and that. It's in a much worse state actually than the roof on our house. Especially that's going to be a real pain to fix, to try change out. See, it's all rotten, but it looks like it's been rotten for a long time. At least it's got a good concrete floor and a nice, it looks like this was recuperated from the original house, this oak A. But basically, yeah, this needs immediate attention. So I can't really push that up without doing like a full day's work. But there are some big holes. Okay, so it's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This isn't very big. Still, it's there. Right, I'm going to crawl back down this ramp thing on my bottom. Okay, so down another floor. This is leaning, not just ever so slightly, but quite extremely to the left. Hopefully a little hole really going down. So again, out the back into the garden and over the side to where the golf is parked. Yeah, you can see that was, well, I guess it has a certain charm. And here we are now on, in fact, the first floor. So that was the second floor we did first. I'm completely wrong. And here, it looks like some of the rooms are padlocked. So I was authorised to come in. I'm going to unscrew this and then padlock it back up. So let's start here. This presumably isn't padlocked, it's not. Oh look, this has terrazzo floor already. Oh, I see, so from the front, it's kind of dug in. Okay, so the loggia with a collection of empty wine bottles and rubbish and a hole, interesting hole. Again, water, so presumably kitchen. This in fact even has light switches. Obviously, hopefully there'll be no electricity, I'm pretty sure there isn't. But it's been floored. Let's see if there are any other doors that are not padlocked. This door doesn't look like it's padlocked. Oh, a bedroom, like a museum. Unbelievable, this has been painted. So it wasn't finished, there's still a bird's nest there. This I'm going to deal with before I leave the house because these bits of glass and wood are going to fall on the road and could well hurt somebody, so I'm just going to put them inside. I guess, in fact, that's for roller blinds that they'd left that like that, and the mechanism will go in that hole there. So it's a bedroom, it's a nice bedroom, it's painted, and it hasn't cracked too much. I don't think water's seeped this far in yet, but again, the electricity needs to be completely redone. It's interesting they put the floors down in bits of it. I mean, she'd said to me that they lived on the first floor for a couple of summers. Yeah, well, we'll have to see. So I'm going to try and open the last couple of doors now. I'm going to try and open these doors because I don't want it to be destructive at all. There's water pipes running there for some reason. But what I can do is poke the camera through the hole and then together we'll have a look. So I don't know, you can see more than I can at the moment. I put it out, I will watch the video, but there is, for some reason, a window there. So that doesn't seem to be accessible out onto the terrace. There's presumably some sort of stove, some chairs or some wine jugs, I'm not sure what's behind the door. Here is even thinner, but I'm just going to push through. Hang on, I hope I don't drop my phone, that would be a disaster. So this is basically the equivalent of the room upstairs. It's a little room. It does have a door. It looks like I can only see this on the screen now. And it also has flooring. So that does have a door that would go out onto the terrace there. Okay, so that was the first floor, and non-destructive, so I'm going to close the doors up again. It's not terrible this side. There's obviously water that's come in there. There is water, there's basically water damage everywhere, and none of the fixtures, all of the doors need to be changed, all of the water pipes need to be changed, because there was a loo. I'm assuming that that's plugged into something, I would hope. Right, let's go down another floor. Okay, so down we go. This is then the base garden level on the half, because everyone on the staircase has half floors. Obligatory rubbish, tuna cans and stuff. I imagine the cats dragged that in. And here we are on the ground floor. So this would be the main entrance. We have a very interesting electricity setup here. I've never seen anything quite so wacky as this. I don't see where you'd work out how much electricity you'd used. But, well, there's a hole in the wall which you could put a counter in. And this is the wiring. And there's some more wiring over there. That's presumably where the electricity comes in. And that's presumably everything that's supposed to go to the rest of the house. Well, there's not much to it there. But a nice big front door. Here, a few tiles and a few floor tiles, some old wood, the front garden, which is just a pile of refuse like everything else. Okay. Well, not much you can say about that. It is what it is. They're pretty much the same rooms on every story, but here we are now under the ground, and there's a huge damp spot there, which looks problematic. I have to find out why, because I think on the second floor there wasn't that much damp, so not quite sure where that's coming in from. Let me turn on the light. There. So logs, for some reason. This is peeling off. There's a flue there, presumably for heating. But I have to work out what's going on there. That's a problem. Back here, more wine containers, because you can't have too many of those in Tuscany. We're under the garden, and it looks damp. Really does. I'm not sure why. There isn't saltpeter on the walls, but it just looks damp. It doesn't smell damp, but these big black holes are not generally a good sign. So this is more cellar space than anything else. I don't think you'd use this much as living space, which means that there are 2 living floors. Quite a lot of cellar space. That presumably is an old wall, an old house wall, as is probably the front wall. Okay, so we've been through. I'm going to walk once more through and take pictures, because I filmed everything, but I want some photographs too. So they were obviously concerned at some point about people climbing in and squatting, upside down nails and broken glass. It's along with metal bars. Metal bars don't seem to be up to much. Yeah. So here's the view from our terrace back up onto the house. As you can see, there's water coming in there. We could see it in that bedroom, and that's seeping down the wall and getting closer and closer to our master bedroom, which I've just replastered, and I really don't want water coming in there. But otherwise, I mean, it is an absolute eyesore at the moment, but I think it might be worth doing something. So if we recap, it's quite big, but not huge, because obviously the ground floor is more cellar space than anything else. You could think about making 2 apartments, but the landings between the stairs aren't very good for putting in doors and separating them, so that would have to be thought about. All of the electricity needs doing, all of the water needs doing, the roof needs taking off and putting back on again properly. All of the gutters need changing, and that's sort of the immediate things that need to be done, like straight away. After that, yeah, a plaster, a paint, make it look nice, change doors, windows. So it's a few years work. But can I wait a few years? I mean, I don't think anyone would buy this house and invest, because it would be a pointless investment to invest 200,000–300,000 euros to restore it. So there aren't that many candidates for buying it. And on the other hand, if I wait, eventually it'll either fall down, and I mean fall down, and when it does fall down, it'll take a chunk of my house with it, which I really can't afford or don't want to afford, because that's then years and years of insurance claims and what have you. It'll just be a nightmare. So it'll also probably block the road into town for God knows what. But do I want this extra liability? Probably yes. Do I have time to do it? Probably no, but I'll do it anyway. I'll find the time. And can I afford it? Well, absolutely not. And that's the thing. I'm going to have to be very creative about financing this. I have no idea how to do this, because, you know, business isn't going as well as it has done in the past, and everything I'm making on YouTube, whatever, has sunk into this. You know, the more people watch these videos, the better it would be. But I don't know how I'd finance it. We'll have to work out what the price is. I think the purchase price would be doable if we sell some stuff and are careful for a while. But then the roof and that's going to be big money. However, it is a project that really needs to be done before it all goes wrong. So I'm going to talk to the owner again this evening. I've taken lots and lots of pictures. It will be an interesting one. There's lots of questions that I have. I want to know, you know, obviously somebody lived on the first floor at some point. They turned that, which should be a balcony door, into a window. I've taken the broken pane of glass out there so that it won't fall on anyone. I need to know about the garden. I need to know, basically, you know, there's lots of telephone and whatever telegram posts that are stuck in the garden, what the deal is on those. It's a lot of questions, and it's a big decision. So I would be very grateful for your comments and your thoughts. Should I do this? How to finance it? What to do with the space? I think 2 apartments, because I have 2 kids, and then at a later date each one can have a little apartment, which would be nice. And then downstairs maybe I could make beer in the cellar bit down here. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you very soon with more updates on this. And until then, thank you. Goodbye. So on a last thought there, I'm going to put the pictures. I took a whole load of photographs. I'm going to put all of those now here on the end of the video. So for a few seconds each, it'll give you a better idea of the state of it and what it looks like. So you can stop watching now if you're not interested in the details. Otherwise, watch here come the pictures. There are lots of them. So I hope that some of you find them interesting. Once again, take care. Thank you very much, and bye bye for now.